Hello readers, it's Sasha, and today I have another fun video planned for you guys. I'm actually going to be filming the first Goodreads Chooses My TBR of 2022. I still find it really hard to believe that 2021 is like pretty much over at this point that I'm filming. I think that's nutso, and I'm still not computing that this is the first 2022 Goodreads Chooses My TBR I'm doing. So if you're not familiar with this game, essentially all I do is I pick 5 books, hopefully fingers crossed, from my Goodreads want to read list. How do I do that? Great question. So I have a random number generator that I put the number of books on my want to read list into, and the first 5 numbers that come up correspond to the books I'm planning on reading in the month. I always start with 5 because 5 is a nice number. It leaves me room to read some books I have for vlogs. It leaves me time to, have a social life, do my homework, actually have a job, all that stuff. However, I decided to up the ante a little bit back in April, and I decided to add a wild card number, I guess, where essentially I pick a number from 0 to 9, and if I land on any book that has that number, I have to add an extra book to the TBR. And I also have to add an extra book to the TBR if the book that I have landed on is not out yet. So that has only happened to me once. Thank God. That's great. Good news for Sasha. But yes, so I have 1,120 books in my Goodreads want to read list on Goodreads. I don't know if you knew that. But what I learned from December, I did film a December video. I didn't post it. I just didn't have time, and it's okay. I'm okay with it, but I just did not have time, so I just didn't bother. But while I was filming it, I realized that after you hit 1,000, Goodreads stops counting them for you, and it gets to the point where it's just like, it goes like 999, and then it goes 100. And then it goes 100, 100, 100, 100, and then it goes 101, 101, 101, 101. And it's so weird. So I ended up having to like count. So if I land on anything over 1,000, I'm going to have to count, which is fine. I'm like not complaining about having to count, but I just thought it was interesting when I was trying to do it. I thought Goodreads broke, and then I realized it was not Goodreads that broke. It was, well, I mean, it did, but like, it's not a glitch, essentially, because it's a continuous thing. So yeah, so let's just dive right in. I want to start filming so we can get this shit show going. And I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be good. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the numbers 0 and 9 in here. And let's just see what our wildcard random ass number is. It's 3. Perfect. Okay, so if I land on anything that is 3, I get to add more books to the TBR. Okay, great. Let's see what I have here. I also forgot that I'm planning on doing my 5-star predictions stuffs in the months, so I have to add those. You would have seen that video already, so I will link it down below. If you haven't, please go check it out. It was really fun to film. Anyway, yeah, so let's add all the things and let's see where this takes us. I'm really excited. I love doing this. Like I said, it has led me to some of my favorite books of the year, of all time, really. So yeah, let's do this. 720. Let's go. I'm not even like anxious about it right now. I think it's probably because it's 2:30 in the morning, but I'm feeling like really good. Like confidence is key in this household and I feel it. So let's see what 720 is. Oh my God, Darian. It's Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. So if you guys don't know Darian from Darian Reads, you definitely do. What am I saying? You definitely 100% do. But this was a book that she read in 2021, and it was one of her favorite books of the year. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Why is my internet so slow? Like, I just want to figure out what this is about because I really don't know. Anyway, 720, Beyond the Black Door. I'm super excited. I know it has a lot of really, really important asexual representation that really impacted Darian, and I'm really happy to hear that. And apparently the writing is just really fantastic too, but I don't know what it's about. Like, why are you struggling so hard? It's like, it's not that difficult. Okay, thank you. Like, just open the tab, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see. Kamai was warned never to open the black door, but she didn't listen. Everyone has a soul. Some are beautiful gardens, others are frightening dungeons. Soul walkers, like Kamai and her mother, can journey into other people's souls while they sleep. But no matter where Kamai visits, she sees the black door. It follows her into every soul, and her mother has told her to never ever open it. When Kamai touches the door, it is warm and beating like it has a pulse. When she puts her ear to it, she hears her own name whispered from the other side. And when tragedy strikes, Kamai does the unthinkable. She opens the door. A.N. Strickland's imaginative, dark fantasy features court intrigue and romance, a main character coming to terms with her asexuality, and twists and turns as a seductive mystery unfolds that endangers not just Kamai's own soul, but the entire kingdom. Obviously, I'm looking forward to this, as this is a book that one of my dear friends here really loves, and I think she's going to be really excited to know that I'm reading it in January. So it's definitely going to be a high on the priority list for me. But yeah, I think this is a great way to start. Maybe confidence is key the whole time. Like every single time you do this, maybe you just have to be like super confident. All right, that was a great way to start this. So I'm really happy with that. And maybe if my internet keeps on going, we will actually, see what's next. So book number 2 is 409. Did we finally realize how to work? Is that what's happening? Okay. Thanks. All right. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. Confidence really is key. Confidence is key. Key. So if you don't know what this book is about, this is a memoir situation about, I believe, a young trans boy. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about how this book is written and everything about this book. And I can't believe that this is my life right now. Goodreads just needs to freaking get it together and work so I can read you the actual synopsis and can explain to you what happens in this autobiography, because girl knows I don't know. I don't know anything. In a series of personal essays, prominent journalist and LGBTQIA+ activist George M. Johnson explores his childhood, adolescence, and college years in New Jersey and Virginia. From the memories of getting his teeth kicked out by bullies at age 5 to flea marketing with his loving grandmother to his first sexual relationships, this young adult memoir weaves together the trials and triumphs faced by Black queer boys. Both a primer for teens eager to be allies as well as a reassuring testimony for young queer men of color, All Boys Aren't Blue covers topics such as gender identity, toxic masculinity, brotherhood, family, structural marginalization, consent, and Black joy. Johnson's emotionally frank style of writing all appeal directly to young adults. So I guess it isn't about transgender, issues as a young person of color. I guess it's more about being queer, and I didn't know that. Really excited about it. I think maybe I thought it was transgender because the colors on the cover of the book kind of led me to those vibes, but I'm really excited about this. I'm really, really looking forward to reading this, and I can't believe it's never been this good. And so I'm really worried about where we're going next, because we've seen this series before. We know that this isn't how this goes. We always get one book where I'm just kind of I don't really want to do that. So let's see. I'm pleasantly surprised with everything that's happened thus far. So let's go to the next one. 19. Okay, that's a super early edition. It's going to be on page 1. It's probably a book I have, which is always exciting. I love reading off of my physical TBR. It's not necessary though, because Kindle and Libby are pretty affordable and free. But I always love reading my physical TBR. So let's go down to 19. If 9 was the number, I'd be crying right now. But it's another series. Oh dear God. So this is Angel Fall, which is by Susan E. This is a book series I actually read in my first years of university. Loved it. Adored this series with my whole heart and soul. I thought it was perfect, brilliant, 10 out of 10. And I really wanted to reread it, especially because they're all short, and I've heard quite a few people having some positive experiences with it recently. I feel like it's kind of coming up again in popularity. Not necessarily popularity, but I just feel like more people are starting to realize it exists. And holy shit, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm really excited to reread this, but I'm really nervous as well because I genuinely am concerned, because I have a lot of series to read this month. So I'm really excited though. Don't get me wrong. Everything about this is really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to picking this up again. So it's been 6 weeks since angels of the apocalypse descended to demolish the modern world. Street gangs ruled the day while fear and superstition ruled the night. When warrior angels fly away with a helpless little girl, her 17-year-old sister Penryn will do anything to get her back. anything including making a deal with an enemy angel. Rafe is a warrior who lies broken and wingless on the street. After eons of fighting his own battles, he finds himself being rescued from a desperate situation by a half-starved teenage girl. Traveling through a dark and twisted Northern California, they have only each other to rely on for survival. Together they journey toward the angel's stronghold in San Francisco, where she'll risk everything to rescue her sister, and he'll put himself at the mercy of his greatest enemies for the chance to be made whole again. And like I said, I really adored this book when I read it the first time, and it's one of those few, like, now that I'm starting reading more seriously as like an adult, there are some series that I just kind of want to leave in the past, not really reread, but there are other series that I read that I just really want a chance to experience again as an adult, to see how I feel about them and to see if it's held up, I guess, over the years. And this is one of those series, and the covers are stunning, and I have the whole thing, and I'm really excited to reread this. This is gonna be really fun. Oh, it's gonna bring back such good memories. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Who am I and what has happened to Sasha? Because Sasha does not get this luck when she plays this game. She always lands on either an extra book or a ginormous book or books that she adds for her friends that she really doesn't want to read. Like, what is happening? I'm so excited. We have, fingers crossed, 2 more, so let's go to number 4. 517. So we've proven already that confidence is key. So if we just keep saying that to ourselves, confidence is key, we will figure out what this is, what is happening, and we will get good results. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Stop it! Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. Oh my god. Yes, okay. This is really exciting to me. I'm like a tomato red. Like, that's chill. Okay. Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire is a shock that what is happening? Is this the era of 2022? Is this like what we're manifesting in 2022? Is just good vibes, good books, and good pizza. Like, that is the vibe of 2022. So I'm just gonna put it on before it goes away, because what the hell is happening? Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children. No solicitations, no visitors, no quests. Children have always disappeared under the right conditions, slipping through the shadows under a bed or at the back of a wardrobe, tumbling down rabbit holes and into old wells, and emerging somewhere else. But magical lands have little need for used-up miracle children. Nancy tumbled once, but now she's back. The things she's experienced, they change a person. The children under Miss West's care understand all too well, and each of them is seeking a way back to their own fantasy world. But Nancy's arrival marks a change at the home. There's a darkness just around each corner, and when tragedy strikes, it's up to Nancy and her newfound schoolmates to get to the heart of the matter, no matter the cost. So I'm really looking forward to this. Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire is a pretty lengthy series, but from what I can gather, from what I've heard, is that you don't have to read every single book in the series at once, because they are all fairly disconnected, and they all have different stories, and they kind of focus on different children. So I will probably only read the first one, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard so many good things, and so many of my friends absolutely adore the series, so I can't believe that this is happening to me. I still really don't understand what's happening. It's a lot to compute in my tiny little brain, but I'm really excited. So yeah, we're going on to our last book, and I still can't believe that this has happened, and I'm really excited. 2:45, this is officially the last book. I didn't have to read anything else. Wow. Blessed be those who live my life. I need my emotional support water jug to help me feel my feelings. Okay. So 245, let's see. This used to be my favorite page. Page 300 was it, but now it's looking like some more underrated books. So I'm interested to see where we're going here. The Exact Opposite of Okay by Laura Stephen. I don't remember what this book is about, but I'm looking forward to it because it looks pretty, and I know I added it for a reason. Izzy O'Neill is an aspiring comic, an impoverished orphan, and a slut extraordinaire. Or at least that's what the malicious website flying around the school says. Izzy can try all she wants to laugh it off. After all, her sex life, her terms. But when pictures emerge of her doing the dirty with a politician's son, her life suddenly becomes the center of a national scandal. Izzy's never been ashamed of herself before, and she's not going to start now. But keeping her head up will take everything she has. Perfect 10 out of 10. I'm ready to devour this book. Devour. Okay, let's just stop it here because all good things must come to an end. So I have an amazing, like literally amazing reading month ahead of me. I don't even know how to compute that, but I'm really happy with it. So obviously 5 amazing books slash series for me to dive into in the month of January, but let's also talk about the couple other books that I plan on reading. So as always, I am a part of the Winers Book Club, which is a book club that Amanda over at Ginger Snapped Reads started with us like August 2020, I think it was. Yeah. So it's August 2020. So we're going on, like, been doing this for around a year and a half as well. That's really weird to think, actually. But actually right now it's me, Amanda, Darian, and Rachel, and we usually have like a guest host every month, just kind of like going on with books. So this month for January is my pick, and I chose to read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. And all I really know about this book is that it has been taking the booktube world by storm, so I really wanted to get my hands on it and experience it. But also I know for a fact this is about 2 sisters, and they are both, I'm just gonna read it. The Vignes twin sisters will always be identical, but after growing up together in a small southern Black community and running away at age 16, it's not just the shape of their daily lives that is different as adults, it's everything. Their families, their communities, their racial identities. Many years later, one sister lives with her Black daughter in the same southern town she once tried to escape. The other passes for white, and her white husband knows nothing of her past. Still, even separated by so many miles and just as many lives, the fates of the twins remain intertwined. What will happen to the next generation when their own daughter's storylines intersect? So essentially it weaves together like multiple strands and generations from the 50s to the 90s, and I'm really looking forward to it. I love stories that kind of have like a timeline and they flow. I'm really looking forward to this. We're doing this on my channel probably beginning of February, to be honest, but I'm really excited. I know my friends are pretty pumped too, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this in the month of January. So again, another stellar, stunning 10 out of 10 book. And then I am also planning on reading The Diviners by Libre. So if you saw my 5-star prediction video, I plan on doing 12 books slash book series, like 1 for each month, and then at the end of the year kind of relaying how I felt about them, what my thoughts were, if they were actually 5 stars. So I'm not actually going to rate them on Goodreads. I'm not going to like give any like feelers, thoughts, spoilers, anything like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can actually keep that. But that's the plan. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just gonna keep it pretty like low, chill, light, and just read until my little heart is content. So I'm also gonna be reading that. So I'm really excited. I have some really freaking good books to read this month. I'm so happy with this and how this turned out. Okay, so thank you for tuning into this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I post as much as I can, given that life is a roller coaster, a literal roller coaster, and I don't know how to handle it, but it's fine. I'm trying to adult as much as I can, and that's all that matters. But let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books. I actually feel like it's a chance that you have, because these books aren't so obscure and so out of like left wing. Like they're actually kind of, you know, realistic, so that's exciting. But yeah, again, let me know in the comments below, and feel free to hit that subscribe button, all that jazzy jazz. And until next time, bye readers!